Valentina Morara was diagnosed with the incurable disease of cystic fibrosis, and Morara sent a request to her president of Chile to see if she could finally end her life so she wouldn't have to suffer anymore. And a presidential spokesman claimed it was impossible not to be overcome by emotions with the girl's request, but we cannot approve the PAS procedure, which is physician-assisted suicide procedure, under the Chilean law. And if any of you don't know, physician-assisted suicide is when a physician prescribes legal drugs or has the lethal injection go into somebody to end their life permanently. So physicians are deeply polarized today on if physician-assisted suicide should be legal or not. And today I'll be discussing the right to die, the Hippocratic Oath, and the religious versus healthcare views on it. So first I will be discussing the right to die. And according to the New England Journal of Medicine, a terminally ill person can avoid the excruciating pain and embrace the timely and dignified death and bear a sanction of history, and it's implicit to the concept of ordered liberty. So overall, the supporters are saying that it's their body, so it should be their choice in the end, that they should have the number one decision in it, not family or friends or even the doctor. So they also believe that once the life will be ended, that all their pain and suffering will be gone, and that they will die with their choice, and they will die dignified rather than their former debilitated self. And they believe that once their life ends, the family's pain and suffering will end as well. But on the other side, they believe that assisted suicide breaks the due process law, and the due process law is a law under the 14th and 5th Amendment that says no person shall be deprived of their life, liberty, or property. And with the assistance of assisted suicide or the doctor, they think that it's breaking the law. So they also believe that it devalues the life of a human, and that they believe that it also could open a floodgate for more suicides and more abuses in our world. My next inherent issue is the Hippocratic Oath. And if you don't know, the Hippocratic Oath is an oath all physicians and doctors must take, and it states and obligates their proper conduct of being a doctor. And with the Hippocratic Oath, assisted suicide, they believe that the doctors are healers and that they will be able to provide relief for people. And they also believe that with all this immense value, that they will have the overall power from conception to death on how to help a person. And from procon.org, they stated, "Medicine's primary taboo, I will neither give a deadly drug to anybody if asked for it or not, nor will I make the suggestion to this effect." But others do say that assisted suicide prolongs life, and they believe that doctors can do the procedure on their own time, so if someone else is suffering, that they might go to them and then just keep the other person in agony the whole time. And they believe that doctors could be given too much power, and they could do the wrong prognosis, or they could end a life too early. And Ronald A. Lindsay stated, "In some sense, physicians who provide assistance in the hastening that are healing to a long-standing and understanding of the scope of the medical practice, that they believe that to care and meet for all the needs of a person." And lastly, the religious versus healthcare views are the most highly divided. Supporters believe that in the healthcare field that this is overall just going to end the pain of a person, so they'll finally be at peace with themselves. But religions also believe that if Jesus suffered, they shouldn't have to suffer for what they have done. And the healthcare also believes that the cost will go down, so more people, if they get physician-assisted suicide, that they'll be able to have more donors for vital organs for other people that are sick. But viewers also debate that on the religious side, they believe suicide overall is a gateway to hell, and the healthcare believes that if more assisted suicides are recommended, that the cost of insurance and other medical procedures will go up. And according to procon.org, as Catholic leaders and moral teachers, we believe that life is the most basic gift of a loving God, a gift over which we have stewardship, but not an absolute dominion. So in conclusion, physicians are always going to be deeply polarized on if assisted suicide should be legal. I have reviewed with you the ways on the right to die, the Hippocratic Oath, and the religious versus healthcare views. And either way, you can believe it or not, or support it or not, but assisted suicide will always be highly divided.
states or like across the world, or like what?
I mean, it's not illegal anymore. There's only some countries that have it illegal. Like Chile, it's completely illegal to do it now, ever since like, the Morara case. But it's not illegal, so that's what this whole debate is, to see if it's going to become legal in more countries than ours.
Is there a lot of cases in the United States?
The biggest case in the United States was Dr. Kevorkian. He killed over 45 people. I mean, it was assisted suicide, so like they wanted him to do it, but he had the biggest trial for it. But ever since that, there's only been over a little bit over like 100 cases of it in the United States.
So how do people go about like filing for assisted suicide?
You have to go straight to your doctor, and it has to be completely one-on-one. Like you ask for the drug and everything, and if they get it like passed and everything, then they just do like the lethal injection in you. But it's usually like no family or anything has like a say in it. It's just you and the doctor.
Is it just like terminal illnesses, or could it be like cancer where you have like a chance to survive or something?
No, it's only terminal. Like they won't. If they know that you might have a chance, they usually don't do it.
Do you have to have like a sickness, or can you just do it just because you want to die?
You know, you can only have it as a sickness. As what I read, I don't think you can do it just to die.
You mentioned something about organ donation. Is there find anything about these medications? Do they destroy the body to not allow them to donate their organs, or?
Not really, but I mean, I'd say that if the drug did affect it, obviously they're not going to use them. But as what I read, not really. Like all the organs were like vital in helping others save lives.
All right.